California's Great America is an 112-acre theme park nestled in the offices of Santa Clara, California. It also happens to be my home park, so today I'm ranking all 6 of the coasters I would seemingly categorize as thrill coasters. Now, how do I categorize the thrill coasters and non-thrill coasters? Easy. It has to have an intimidating look or feel, say big drops like Diamondback, or small but thrilling forces like Maverick. So, with that in mind, let's get going. At number 6, we have Grizzly, one of the 2 earliest coasters. This wind coaster, designed by Curtis D. Summers and constructed by Kings Island Construction, is bumpy in the valleys, but overall is smooth for a wind coaster. So why is this so far down the list despite not being rough? Well, the thrill factor is really bad on this coaster. I was so close to excluding this because the ride experience is boring. You have a decent first drop, which has no airtime, but does give you a little force, but the rest of the ride is just a snooze fest. Unlike on other coasters where you stay awake and scream because of how it actually thrills you, I think Grizzly really was the boringness that other people called it. Now, this is the only time that I'm going to mention what I want the future of the coaster to be like, but I really think that Grizzly should get the RMC treatment the first time that Cedar Fair works with RMC again, because Great America needs a coaster over 100 feet and something to complement Railblazer because Railblazer is so short. And that would give Cali a superior RMC, as if Twisted Colossus being a extremely well-rounded ride wasn't enough. At number 5, we have Demon, the other early coaster. This is the very infamous Aero Looper model, Aero being the manufacturer, and the coaster opened as turn of the century with 2 corkscrews. The ride was overhauled and given 2 loops later, giving it the most inversions in the coasters that Great America has. But it still can't compare with the other California parks. But anyway, this ride is not smooth compared to other roller coaster models, but is smooth when compared to other loopers like Viper. The loops pull a decent amount of G's, and the corkscrews give excellent hang time, though not as much as hang time at Knott's if you get the pun. At number 4, we have Patriot. Patriot is the second oldest coaster built by Swiss manufacturer Bolliger & Melbeard, and the coaster started out as a stand-up roller coaster named Vortex. And you know what happens to the Bolliger & Melbeard stand-ups? They usually get converted into floorless coasters. So in 2017, Vortex was given a new paint scheme and equipped with new floorless trains, and the name changed to Patriot. Patriot is indeed one of the weaker Bolliger & Melbeard floorless coasters, but is still good for people looking to bridge the intermediate coaster gap to the extreme coaster gap. You have a loop, which pulls some hang time because it's slow at the top, lots of semi-whippy turns, and a semi-whippy corkscrew, as well as a weirdly designed floater airtime pop into the brake run. This is still a mild coaster with a light thrill, but we're almost at the thrill machines. At number 3, we have Flight Deck, and now we're moving into the extreme thrill coasters. Flight Deck is the second oldest Bolliger & Melbeard coaster of their inverted coaster model, where the train hangs under the track. Flight Deck started out as Top Gun. It was later overhauled and given a new paint scheme and name, basically Flight Deck. So what makes this better than Patriot? Well, it is more forceful. Simply, the elements are more powerful. You have a similar first drop, but it's steeper, so it gives a lot more whip. There's also the same vertical loop, but it's much faster because of the taller drop, and will give a much more forceful feel, aka more G's. There's a 0G roll, which will give a lot of whip, an inverted corkscrew, which feels like you're getting flung into the atmosphere, but the seats will keep you in, and 2 helixes, which the first one is between the loop and roll and is the one that pushes a lot of G's. I gray out every time. And the second one is the last element before the brakes right after the corkscrew, and has a cool setting over the water and will give a gray out too. At number 2, we have Gold Striker, and now we're moving into the elite tier for roller coasters. These are voted as golden ticket coasters by the GP and easily slip into an enthusiast's top 10% of best roller coasters, and Gold Striker is no exception to that rule. This wooden coaster was designed and built by a renowned wooden coaster manufacturer in America, Great Coasters International, and is one of their better, more forceful creations. Gold Striker was installed more recently by Cedar Fair, along with the number 1 spot coaster, and Gold Striker is really out of control like any Great Coasters International roller coaster that has good laterals and solid float airtime. The first turn may be pretty rough for most enthusiasts, but it does pack a lot of G-forces. And there's also another rough patch with the double down, but it's not that bad really. Gold Striker really is the second best wooden coaster in California. And at number 1, we have Railblazer. This is, in my opinion, the best roller coaster in Great America and the second best in California as of this recording. It might go down after I get to the better roller coasters at Six Flags parks, Joker, and Twisted Colossus. But anyway, after I get there, that will be another video. This thing was built by another renowned manufacturer, Rocky Mountain Construction, and is still the most intense credit coaster that I've gotten so far, beating Ghost Rider at knots intensity-wise, which, by the way, is my number 1 coaster. Railblazer is just rapid. The pacing feels extortionate, and there's no delay between elements. There's a lot of forces too, because the elements are super tight. And despite being a short ride, it's non-stop intensity and complete experience with all of those different elements is one of a kind. And I can't think of many coasters that I think would probably beat that intensity record. Thanks for watching my ranking video. If you want me to do other videos, then leave them in the comment section below. But with that, I'll see you in the next video.